So again, welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand. True Blue Thai here from Thailand. I hope you're doing well. It is 1 Sao here in Thailand, which is Saturday, and here for another Manchester City review, preview of the game today against Leeds United. So yeah, still a bit nippy still here in Thailand. Just you better not fall over. I've just literally just taken off my Christmas jumper because it's still been cold. I think it got down to about 14 degrees in Buriram yesterday, which is in the north. You've got, for instance, we got down to about 20 degrees yesterday. There was a big fireworks festival in Pattaya yesterday. So it was very well attended. A lot of people. So they didn't go because too cold. No, it gets too many people. I've been to a couple etc. and they are good, but for instance, there's too many people, and so the place is just madness, and to get in and out of Pattaya, for instance, yesterday was just ridiculous. Anyway, guys, hope you're doing well. So it's game day today. For instance, we've got Man City against Leeds, and we're hoping for a big bounce back by the boys. And so before we do that, we'll just have a quick chat about the ladies. So the ladies have been in action at the moment. The international roundup. Let's have a quick chat. Let's find who's doing what. So Rebecca Ganap, Germany, was held by a 0-0 draw in the UEFA Women's National League final and the first leg of the Walter Stadium. Ganap had enjoyed a solid 90 minutes against the current world champions, and the Germans enjoyed their better of the total with 16 shots to Spain's 7. Later, Ozabi was also a new super for La Royale, Rockers. I should know this. It's Spanish. Español. The teams will meet again on Tuesday, the 2nd December, in Madrid. There was also plenty of other friendlies, including a 2-1 win away from Portugal. Karen Kasparai, Player of the Month for the Barclays Premier League, WSL Player of the Month, and well deserved. Played a full 90 minutes for the Dutch, who scored twice in the first 2.5 minutes. Grant and Williams. Urfa Cummings was on use up for Scotland against Ukraine. Mbini couldn't prevent Switzerland falling to a 2-1 defeat against Belgium. The ladies are doing well there. For instance, in their international break, etc., come home back safe and fresh and no injuries, please. Big up to young Andrei Yegelets, who has basically won the Manager of the Month for the second time in 2 months. Was good, and so well done to him, and that's good. There was a game at the Joel Stadium yesterday. Was to go with a 2-2. Man City against PSV, and Regan saved us with a 2-2 draw. So well done to him, and so we didn't, because we had playing PSV, the Liverpool killers, and the youngsters. But it was a 2-2 draw, for instance, where Regan Heskey came on and scored the second goal, etc., to get us a point. Let's have a quick look. For instance, we're going to just have let's just do some. For instance, I was going to have a look at what's his name. Some stats ahead of the game because against Leeds. I was listening to the Leeds fan before, for instance, so I've been listening to Leeds fans, getting their point of view, listening to a lot of City fans, LB, South Stand, for instance, JCG, for instance, typical City, and everybody feels that it should be a Man City bounce back. It should be a Man City win, convincing win. I expect people going up to a 5-0 win. I'm going to stick with a 3. Listening to a Leeds fan, he started with his Nate was going to saying that, for instance, Manchester City, Leeds can beat Manchester City, and so that's what he was saying. For instance, in his thumbnail, what's it called, and only find out that, for instance, that's so he was joking a bit. So anyway, so Leeds come into the game. For instance, they've lost the last 4. What's it called, against for instance, all competitions. They're in the Premier League, and the only team they've beaten, what's it called, is West Ham. Man City come after winning 3 the last 5, except to winning 3, losing the last 2. So yeah, so let's have a few facts. Man City have won the last 4 Premier League against Leeds, scoring 16 goals in the process, and as many victories they've had against which they've had first 16 of the against the Whites in competitions, drawing 5, losing 7. So we're coming in with a good form against Leeds. I think we won 7-0. One was one of the things. There we go. Leeds have lost away the last 2 league games against Man City, going on a 7-0, 2021, 22, 21 in 2003, when they lost more consistently at the City since in 1963-1968. City have won 23 of their last 25 league games against promoted sides, Division 2, in their last such defeats, home game against Leeds in April 2023. We've got a pretty good feeling against Leeds, etc. We're doing, we should be beating them in all intended purpose. Again, for example, I'm still a bit down because of the Leverkusen game. I'm still naffed off about the results against Newcastle because of the refereeing decisions, etc. But again, we didn't do as much as what we should have done. But hopefully, for instance, we'll put it right today. And we've got to put it right. It's not if we have to put it right. We've got to put it right, and we've got to have a good team performance. I think to a lot of City fans, etc., a minimum 5-0 is the acceptable level. If it's a 2-1 victory, etc., I don't think many City fans will be happy. We've got Fulham next week, etc., Tuesday next week. So we've got to do the business on the pitch this week. Really do. Let's have a look at what Daniel Farker, again, for instance, this guy is under pressure. I think they were actually calling the Farker, what's it called, the Leeds fans were calling him FU Farker, etc. For instance, I don't think he's doing well at Leeds with the fans. There was rumours prior to coming into this that his press conference is going to be cancelled to City. But it was only social media views, etc. But he did go ahead. He's confirmed that Sean Landstaff are it's about 4 to 6 weeks with a calf injury picked up last week against Aston Villa. Andrew Stark will definitely be missing out to concussion. That's when he fell over, for instance, to his neck. While Sebastian Brum is doubtful with MCL problem. On the Whites dropping into the relegation zone, which is what happened last week, we are fully concentrated. We need to be fully prepared of that situation which could happen. There's always outside noise everywhere, and it's the best season in history last season. We fully expected this would happen this season. On the relegation battle, a goal at the start of the season to finish 17th or above. To finish 17th would be great success, because no other team in the last promoted sides have had the chance to stay in the league. I didn't expect it was going to be an easy ride. On a noise surrounding him and his future, I don't need to hide. I was aware of the passion of the club first day I walked in. We played the very best season in the club's history last season. Several times there were questions: if you can't handle it, so don't become a Leeds United manager. So I think he's understanding about Leeds and where they, for instance, where they are. On Erling Haaland, which is Leeds born, basically, isn't it? Yeah, it's a good question. We have not spoken to him on how we're going to stop the crosses and get into the balls at the moment. And he's the best striker in the world. Would have to try and handle it and not to get into many situations. So yeah, so that's Daniel Farke's press conference. So Pep again, for instance, had his press conference yesterday. I don't know. Always can always defend his changes, making 10 changes. I know the consequences will be bad if it happens. You know, so if it was good, it's going to be great. If it's bad, it's going to be bad. So yeah, it's easy for me to play same players and going back to what we're going to do, Pep. But I know all at the same time I've done many times and it's been fine. Manager is the only position, it's the only bad thing. He said we need to bounce back for successive losses against Newcastle and Leverkusen. Correct. He said the same confidence in his players, and they'll always believe the midweek team selection have contributed to our Champions League loss. I said the same. My opinion on my players standard is top. So he still believes in his players. Whether he does personally, I don't know. Nothing's changed from my thoughts on the players. They're good enough. I've learned to make mistakes. We need good actions in simple things. Action for goals, defensively aggressive, enough to win duels, to be present. So yeah, he was defiant on his feelings towards his 10, but he knows that, for instance, again, listen to Bernardo Silva, it's just too many changes. These players are good players, and you know, these players now have been really accused especially by our fans and by a lot of people, for instance, because they're not good enough to play in the start 11. They are good enough, but again, for instance, a lot of players have different issues coming back from injuries, coming back from and they're just not player match fit. Yes, they train with each other each day, but it's a difference between, you know, and again, if you don't know you're playing against somebody, for instance, who don't know who's going to run into each other, who's going to do the running, who's going to do this. It should be simple. Again, for instance, when you think about it, let's go. But again, also playing against a half decent team like Leverkusen. So yeah. It's still a massive L for me with what Pep did, and so I'm still very upset with that. So we've got. Hopefully, we can put it right today. Again, for instance, I was listening to LB and Dabs, and they were saying, for instance, if City win today, which hopefully we'll win today, that puts us 1 point behind again against Arsenal, for instance. And if they have Arsenal lose against Chelsea, it's back on again, for instance. And what's the worry? But we got to do our job today. A few games today: Brentford against Burnley, Sunderland against Bournemouth, Everton against Newcastle, Spurs against Fulham, the late game, and then of course tomorrow we've got the Rags. They've got Palace, 12 o'clock. Aston Villa against Wolves, Forest against Brighton. Let me just do a quick prediction of results, you know, just before we go. Brentford against Burnley, I'm going to go for a Brentford 2-0 win. Burnley are okay, what's it called? But yeah, Sunderland against Bournemouth, going for a draw on that one, 1-1 draw. Everton against Brentford. Newcastle against Newcastle. Everton against Newcastle. I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for a draw on that one as well. Decent team. Everton at home, etc. Newcastle, see, are not very good away, so we'll see how they play. Spurs against Fulham. For instance, again, got to go for a draw. You know, Spurs not in great form, Fulham not great form. So let's see how that goes. I go for a draw there. And Sunday, Palace against United. I'm going to go for a Palace 2-0 win. Villa against Wolves. I'm going to go for a Aston Villa 3-0 win. For instance, Forest against Brighton. I'm going to go for a 1-2 to Brighton. West Ham against Liverpool. Go for a Liverpool win 2-1. Chelsea against Arsenal. I'm going to go for a Chelsea 2-1. Yeah, come on, let's go for it. Other than that, guys, I'm going to love you and leave it. True Blue Time from Thailand. Like and subscribe and tell me what you think. other than that, we go into the game, enjoy yourselves, and you know, and what's it called? People have been criticising the atmosphere at the Etihad, Champions League, typical talk scrap, but I'm sure we'll for a great atmosphere. 10 o'clock for me in the PM starts, and 3 o'clock UK time. So, but we're going for the game, but we need to win, and we need to win well and convincingly. And if we make substitutes, let's make substitutes. We're 3-0 up. I don't mind playing, etc. But yeah, so. But let's go for it. Come on, City. Got to get from Thailand.